Welcome back. This is another short video on a little buttonhole. This is going to be a vertical buttonhole in Knit 1 Purl 1 ribbing, and we're going to place the buttonhole in the middle. I have 8 stitches on here, so I'm going to place it right here in the middle. You can put it wherever you want, but that's where I'm putting it for this video. It's personal preference. So I'm going to work over to the position where I want the buttonhole in ribbing. And now I'm going to continue on this set and leave these sitting over here on this needle just for a moment. So I'm going to knit back, I'm going to turn the work and knit back, then I'm going to knit over here. So I will have worked 1, 2, 3 rows on this side. And you can make your buttonhole any length you want. 3 rows is plenty for worsted weight yarn for a 3/4 inch button. So you'll see in a second we'll be putting a button through this. So this is row 2. And then we'll do row 3. Okay, so we've worked that side of the buttonhole. Now we're going to break the yarn. And we're going to start, whoops, I need to do one more stitch. It's a 4 stitch, there you go. So we've got our 3 rows over here. Now we're going to work 3 rows over here with the new yarn. So I'm just going to do the knit, purl, knit, purl. Then I'm going to work back. So that was 1. This is 2. Turn. This is 3. Now, if you wanted to put 4, of course, you'd end up on the opposite end of the needle with the working yarn. So that was 3, so we are ending up on the left side. If we had worked 4, this yarn would have ended up over here, and this would end up here. Now we're going to close it off at the top. We've got our buttonhole there. I'm just going to turn my work, and I'm going to knit all the way across. And this is what closes the buttonhole. And of course you'll have 2 ends to weave in for each buttonhole. That's just how it is with this type of buttonhole. So we're going to tighten up these ends. And I'm going to work 1 more row. Actually, I worked 2 more rows, and then we're going to try to put a button through this buttonhole. Okay, 1 more row. When you're making buttonholes in knitted fabric, they really do not need to be very big. The biggest mistake I see that knitters make is they make their buttonholes too big. So we've got the new yarn started there, and this one stopped here. This is the right side. So let's take a look. This is where we finished this yarn. Let's take a look and see how a button fits through here. This is a 5/8 inch button. I'm sorry, it's a 3/4 inch button. It easily goes through. In fact, that's too big of a buttonhole for a 3/4 inch button. Here's a 7/8 inch button. It goes through just about right. So this is worsted weight yarn, a size 7 needle, and a 7/8 7/8 inch button fits through here very nicely. Then you would weave your ends in on this side. When you weave the ends in, I use the duplicate stitch method. This yarn will be woven over to this side, and this yarn will be woven over to this side. And that kind of reinforces the top and bottom of the buttonhole. Let me see if I have a tapestry needle, and I do. So let's see how we would do this. We're going to weave this yarn tail in right here. Okay. So we're going to, it ended over here, so we're going to bring it over here, and I'm just going to duplicate stitch over to that portion, and I'm going to take my yarn up this side right here, several stitches, and I'm going to go under this stitch. This is the same way that I weave in ends in ribbing, and then down this side. And this also reinforces the buttonhole a little bit. And then we'll trim that off. See how it makes it look real nice around here? And on this side. Okay, so now we're going to do the top strand and weave it in. Let's see. I think I'm going to take it over here. I'm going to duplicate stitch up here. And then bring it down this rib over here. And up the other side. You have to go both ways on the ribbing, up one side and down the other, or down one side and up the other to secure it. If you don't, it will pull out. I'll trim that short. So now we've woven in both the ends. Looks good. Let's look at the right side. Looks very nice. We've maintained our ribbing pattern. We can manipulate this stitch a little bit here. And we've got our nice buttonhole. There you have it. If you enjoy watching my videos and like to learn from me, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can like my video, give me a thumbs up down there, share with your friends, and we'll see you back here soon. Happy knitting.